Oli, 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 bienvenidos y bienvenidas, bienvenides, no me gusta usar esa palabra, pero pues ya que. Bienvenidos a la transmisión del segundo aniversario del canal. ¡Woo! Aplausos, aplausos, aplausos. Bueno, supongo que toca dar, ¿cómo se dice? Un discurso. Pero qué flojera, ¿no? Hola, bienvenidos, Yumi4756, Oli, Rain, gracias, muchas gracias. Aunque ustedes saben, esto no se hubiera logrado sin el apoyo de ustedes. Sé que no soy muy famosa, pero pronto lo llegaremos a hacer. Así que no se preocupen, ustedes tranquilos, yo marihuana que me encargo del contenido. Y el día de hoy se suponía que iba a jugar con Sugawara, pero me la sacaron de la casa antes. Así es, Ailet, bienvenida. Me la sacaron de la casa antes y no va a poder jugar. Pero Shani nunca se queda con un plan. Tengo muchos planes de reserva. Hay una aplicación, bueno, no es una aplicación, es un programa, porque aplicación teléfono, programa computadora. Hay un programa en la computadora que se llama GeForce Now y es el que voy a utilizar ahorita para jugar Genshin. Así es, vamos a jugar Genshin en la computadora. Ahorita lo estaba probando y no está nada mal, ¿eh? O sea, joyita. Según tengo entendido, se quita después de la hora de juego, pero yo no jugué la hora, así que no me sacó. Pero aún así vamos a hacer la prueba. Así que nomás denme un segundito. Denme un segundito porque no le sabo. Ya lo tengo aquí abierto, o sea, bueno, no lo tengo abierto, sino aquí ya lo tengo listo para abrir. Solo dame un segundo. Voy a quitar la música porque pues el juego ya trae música en sí. Analizando red. Creo que no. Ay, no sé, no quiero cambiar todavía. Bueno, ahorita veo eso. Dame un segundo. Ojo que yo no sé jugar Genshin en la computadora. Es horrible. Lo estaba jugando ahorita y dije, no sé qué estoy haciendo, de verdad. Pongámoslo a prueba. Exactamente, así mero. Ay, no sé dónde poner el teléfono. A ver, espera de mi hermana. Ay, pues cuál es mi ángulo bueno para ver. Creo que es este. Aunque manejando no es el derecho. A ver. Se está cargando. Ahí está. Ahí está. Ajá, listo. Ok, se supone que se está abriendo. Vamos a esperar un poquito. ¿Se me escucha bien todo? No se escucha muy bajo, no se escucha muy alto. Ustedes son los que me juzgan aquí. Se me cerró el... Oh, no. Aquí lo voy a dejar. Vamos a hablar tantito en lo que se abre el chat. Digo, el juego. Pero bueno. Se me cerró el GeForce, pero no sé si ya se abrió. Vamos a esperar a que sí. No olviden darle like al video, o al directo más bien. Y si les gusta mi contenido, suscríbanse al canal. Comenten qué les pareció. Y compártanlo con sus amigos. Sí. Ay, no, ¿para qué quito la música? Vamos a esperar. Ay, tengo miedo que no abra. Pero no lo quiero abrir doblemente. A ver, vamos a revisar el administrador de tareas. Magic Mirror. O sea que no está abierto el Nvidia. Ay, no, es que no quiero abrirlo. ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué? No me voy a arriesgar. Vamos a esperar tantito. Le vamos a dar 2 minutos más. 2 minutos más para ver. A ver, hágase tantito por allá. Vamos a quitar esto y dejamos eso. Ok. 2 minutos. Ah, ya pasaron los 2 minutos. Wow, qué rápido. Si me trabo yo, si te traba la computadora, si se traba el stream, si se traba el mundo, recuerden que son las aplicaciones de mi computadora. Ok. Sí, se cerró. Me lo imaginaba. Jugar. Cargando, se está cargando. ¡Qué emoción! Ok. Presione Control G para utilizar superposición dentro del juego. ¿Control G? ¿Superposición? No, mi vida. Creo que ya lo puedo cambiar. A ver. Ahí está. Ok, sí. Excelente. Vamos a quitar la música de aquí. Y voy a bajarle el volumen. Dame un segundo. Ahí está. Ok, no aguántenme. Hasta creen. De verdad. No, denme un segundo. Hasta creen. Hasta creen. Uy, no sé si le di. No. Me equivoqué otra vez. Ahí está. No me acordaba de esta parte. Ahora sí. No, lo vamos a dejar acá. Listo, le bajo el volumen porque... Intrinca. Ahora sí. Aquí vamos. Vamos a jugar Genshin en la computadora. Clic, ok. Jugaremos Genshin. No he hecho las diarias. Estoy tratando de hacer la relajatera y ya derroté a Nubile. No, está bien feo el nombre en español. ¿Se me escucha? Por favor, díganme. Porque yo no sabo. Ok, miren qué hermoso. Mi pregunta aquí es que no me sé los comandos. Dame un ajuste de equipo. Ok. Sí, los tengo bajísimos. Horrible. Yo pensé que podíamos agregar uno quinto. Ok. No voy a tener tiempo. Aquí está. Vamos Vamos a agarrar esta. Navegar. Y M de mapa. Se ve tan bien. Listo. Ok. Está por este lado. Uy, ¿qué?
Hey, look over there! She's all by herself, right?
Ok.
Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else.
Yo también tenía un amigo imaginario cuando era pequeña.
Paimon's creeped out. What? You mean you used to act like that too? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination? Imagination. Oh, you must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so?
Es lo mismo, pero diferente.
So,
Okay.
this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
Vamos a hacerlo
Seriously?
esquizofrénico.
So, imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up? Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose brother has an imaginary friend too?
Buena pregunta.
No way! You guys are so lucky! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
4.
Oh, Traveler! Fancy meeting you here.
Oh my god, es el bardo borracho.
Tone deaf bard. What are you doing here?
¿Cuál acabo de activar?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Creo que ya sé cuáles son.
Dangerous?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called an Ernama detector. Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her, to see if it actually works.
Lo robaste, básicamente.
Huh? Why can't Lisa use it?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it.
Ok, ya estoy confundida, ya no sé cuál activé.
If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
That would be telling.
Oh,
Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
Ah, so it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size.
claro que no, eres extra chiquita.
All right then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
Atrapada en un juego sin viento.
Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Tengo los dedos congelados, no sé por qué estoy jugando. Ay, ese no era. Era el otro. Ay, mi gata me está hablando. Dame un segundo. Vienes bien esponjado, ¿por qué te... Ay, claro, me asustaste. Ahorita voy. En una hora. Más o menos. Depende. No sé. Estoy buscando a una persona muy sospechoso. Su nombre es Albert y siempre acecha alrededor de la catedral durante el día. Se ve que tiene malas intenciones, me preocupa que esté tramando algo. ¿Puedes ayudarlo por mí? Simón. Déjamelo a mí. Que el arconte Anemo te proteja. Barbatobas. Ok, debe estar por acá. Wii. Ah. Ánimo, Bárbara. Ah. ¿Me buscabas? La hermana solicita que dejes este lugar de inventario. Oh, ya les... No, tampoco soy tan mala. ¿Quiere que me vaya? ¿Qué hice mal? ¿Ser un simp de Bárbara, tal vez? Dame un segundo. Se me atoró el mouse. Ahí está. Yo merodeando, actuando sospechosamente y tramando planes malvados. No, es un malentendido. Entonces, ¿conoces a Bárbara? Es el ángel de Mondstadt. Sí, le rompe la lira de su dios. Muchas personas en la ciudad la admiran, incluyéndome a mí. Claro, eres un simp. De hecho, soy el director del... No sabía. Los Californios estarán aquí en breve. Déjame terminar. Realmente admiro a Bárbara. Quiero ser como ella. Quiero hacer algo por la ciudad de Mondstadt. Pero solo soy una persona común con habilidades comunes. Lo mejor que puedo hacer es recorrer la catedral. No te quemas. Pero la señorita Victoria nunca me escucha. Solo dice que quiere que me vaya. Recientemente noté que nadie ha barrido las hojas alrededor de la catedral por un tiempo, pero si intentara explicarle a la señorita Victoria, ella no entendería. ¿Me ayudas a barrer las hojas? No barro en mi casa. Por Mondstadt y por Bárbara. Bueno, ya que... ¿Cómo era para cambiar? No me voy a partir la cabeza. No, espera. Solo va a ser un momento. Y... 3, sí. Aquí no. Un perrito. 5, 6. Ay, pues perdón, perrito. ¿Dónde vas? Desapareció. ¿Quién es este? Ah, no lo conozco. Sorry, yo no acepto solicitudes de gente que no conozco, que no está en mi lista de amigos. ¿Dónde más está? No, aquí no, ya no está. Creo que es abajo. Nah, no creo que sea abajo. 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, me faltan 2. Ah, acá está. Aquí. Sentarse. Ah. No, aquí no está. Solo estoy soplando la música. ¿Dónde está? 8, 9. Ay, no juraba que estaba por aquí. No, gracias. No creo que se vea. A ver, aquí abajo, tal vez. No creo que sea aquí abajo. Ya había hecho esta misión antes. Ay, ya lo vi. Aquí está. Ahí está. Sí, está limpio. Gracias, la catedral se ve mucho mejor ahora. Estoy seguro de que Bárbara se sentirá mejor por eso. Pero por favor no le digas a Bárbara sobre esto. El punto es reducir su carga de trabajo. Con tan solo haría que se preocupara más. Como acordamos, ya voy en camino, ¿ves? Nada de qué preocuparse. Hasta pronto, tal vez, quién sabe. Tengo hambre. Ay. Ah, cierto. Ay, está bien. Tengo un montón de frío en las manos. Aquí está. ¿Hay noticias sobre Albert? ¿Se ha ido? Sí, se fue. Bueno, está todo arreglado. Pero ¿qué demonios estaba haciendo barriendo hojas a su... Top Secret? No importa, supongo que sin hojas Albert no tiene sus escasas la catedral en el futuro. Estos son mi forma de agradecimiento. Tómalos y que el contenemos te proteja. Gracias. Si no hay nada más, debo volver al trabajo. Debo volver al tuyo también. Gracias. Ay, qué bonita se ve su cruz. Ya amaneció. Qué rápido. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Aquí está. Navegar. P. M de mapa. ¿Dónde está? Aquí está. So, acá, vaya los recuerdos. Teletransportación. Qué feliz soy jugando Genshin en mi computadora. Ok, va a estar extremadamente difícil. ¿Cómo uso la ulti? Con comandos, moverse hacia adelante, hacia atrás, ajá, ataque normal, elemental, definitiva la Q, ok. Entonces no usemos la Q para hablar en disco. Sprint. Sprintear mayúscula izquierda. ¡Oh! Cambiar a modo puntería R, saltar espacio, caer X, recoger, interactuar F, uso rápido de artilugio, Z, interacción durante los modos T, ajá, F4. Hay otro con F4. 1, 2 y 3. Ok, vamos a cambiar. No sé usar dos. No, dos. Y utilizamos la E. Okay.
But my defense was watertight.
Okay.
Right now.
Otra E. No sé cómo diablos lo estoy haciendo. Nope.
I'm going in.
Uno.
Right here.
U.
Nothing lasts forever.
Au. Cuatro. No le atino. Oh my god. Qué horrible. Ok, 3. Corre. 1.
Right now. Right here.
No. Me sabe. Oh, Dios mío.
Let's light it up! Yeah!
Emerge. Right now.
Sprinte, sprinte, sprinte. Ah. Ok, doy asco jugando Genshin. Definitivamente. Toca aprender de nuevo. Yes. No. Mapa. Ok, vamos para acá. No sé jugar, no sé jugar. Ahí está. Uy. Ahí está. Ok. En definitiva, no sé jugar. Oh, me queda media hora. Arribita acaba de salir. Ok, está bien. No hay problema. En media hora me vuelvo a conectar. Bueno. Vuelvo a conectar. Por acá. Me bugué. ¿Está por acá? Sí. Ay, no voy a morir. Ay, no, ¿por qué te...? Ok. Y... aquí.
Right here. Right now. Right here.
Dos, corre.
Motion to compel!
Au.
Yikes!
Uno. Corre. No.
Emerge.
Au. Uno.
Right now. Right here. Emerge. I'm always watching.
Incinerate! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Right here. Emerge.
Ok, ya entendí, ya entendí. Ya lo logré entender.
Boom boom!
Wow. Me gustó, me gustó. Me moví chido, me moví chido, me moví chido. Me moví chido. Luego, sí, sí, sí. Guardián de las ruinas. Va. Facilito. Pero...
Motion to compel!
Ah, sí, 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 sí. Facilito, facilito. Ahorita. Rapidito. Uy, tengo frío en las manos. Y tengo hambre. Está... Ok.
Right now, right here.
Dos. Oh, shit. Ow. Cuatro, era cuatro. Corre, corre, corre.
As a dutiful maid would. Emerge, right here. Emerge. Boom, boom!
Oh, 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 oh. Ya, ¿no? Yes. Sorry por el micrófono, pero tengo frío. Casi muero, pero valió la pena. Oh,
Traveler, please, over here.
diablos, estoy tirando muchas. Okay.
It has been a while since you joined the Adventurers Guild. Are your adventures going smoothly? Is that so? Apart from your own skills, reliable teammates are also indispensable when adventuring. Another person to count on is always good after all. But recruiting such dependable companions is no easy matter, is it?
Yep, and it's even harder to get a guide as good as Paimon.
Discutible.
Ah, yes. I do have some information that may be of help to you. Let me consult our records. Ah, there it is. There's been a certain blonde stranger who arrived in Mondstadt
for sure.
lately, dressed in most unusual clothes.
Blonde. Dresses all funny. It feels like Paimon's heard this one before. Wait, do you mean... Does that stranger's face look anything like hers?
Like the honorary knights? No, they couldn't look more different. This stranger is a very tall man, and even has an eye patch.
Pues Kaya es el único.
Seriously? How does this have anything to do with Kaya? Eye patches can't prove that you're related anyway.
That stranger declined the guild's invitation, so I can't say that I know anything about the relationship between him and Mr. Kaya.
Él.
Nonetheless, you can look for him if you're interested. Perhaps he might accept your commission instead.
Nah, yo creo que es Fisher.
After all, it is not uncommon for some adventurers to not want to be limited by the guild, but be happy to accept a fellow adventurer's requests. And should the stranger be a strong adventurer indeed, he would certainly be a big help on your journey. Please don't talk down on yourself like that. You are the honorary knight of the Knights of Favonius, after all. Your deeds are the stuff of song for all the bards in the city, even now.
Bueno, está bien, vamos.
Well, as to further news about him, you may want to ask Mr. Lawrence. He stands guard at the city gate, so he may know something about that stranger.
Lawrence.
I wish you every success, adventurer.
No había pensado en él. Lo había olvidado. Yo venía por mis recompensas.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Gracias.
Thank you for completing today's commissions. Here is your reward.
Gracias.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
No, ay, tengo muchas ya. Ok. 15, 69, 55, 200. Okay. Vamos por mora. No se me había venido a la mente, dices. 211, 174. Ah, su máquina, se nota que no hago nada. 98, 19, ok. Uno nunca sabe. 199, ok, ya dale. 50, 60, ok. Mi mano está bien fría. Está bien fría mi mano. Aguanten, aguanten. Sé que me van a quitar tiempo, pero no importa, no importa. Tengo frío en mi mano. 29 minutos. Está bien. Oh, yay. Dice que aquí enfrente. Oh, no, dice que Loren sabe. Ok, no voy a activarlo todavía. Okay. Esa es la que voy a continuar. Ok, entonces vamos al mapa. Y vamos a Live. Ay, sí tapo mi UAV, excelente. Y vamos para abajo.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
Acabo de hacer el diálogo anterior, entonces yo sé qué pasa.
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
Tranquilo con ese dedo.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite?
Pues perdón.
I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes. And if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course. Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Es lo que más me gusta aquí, que los personajes se pueden sentar.
What should I try this time?
Okay.
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Qué agresiva, Paimon.
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
Yo quiero una abogada así.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Había olvidado que los contratos eran demasiado.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Okay.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geo-energy around Mr. Crossell, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some.
Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Mira juzgadoramente. Mucho lore. Oh. Pulsera de perlas. Me gusta. Vamos a empezar ya.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yenfei. Is something the matter?
Ay, sí.
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossell, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Se me están congelando las manos. No voy a entender. ¿Qué es esto? Sí.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental side a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao is able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards?
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Try your luck betting on jade?
Ah, sí.
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir, Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Tranquilo, no vas a salir perjudicado en esta.
Oh, I have my reasons. Yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Sinxie.
Let's go. Oh, sí, tengo que ver.
Oh, Miss Yanfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossell asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Crossell? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite. The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications. This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Sinxie, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossell commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Mr. Crossell wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Sinxie. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Qué buena huevada. La mano fría. Me quedan 9 minutos, ok. Bueno, 10. ¿Y Chichi? No, desapareció para romperme el piso.
Show me your prescription.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs. And if it isn't Miss Yanfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus jadeite.
Smaragdus jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises.
Oh, wow.
The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse. Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yanfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus jadeite?
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago. But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yanfei, if your pressing business might be related to the Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Mira qué bonito. Vamos a caminar porque no me quedan 6 minutos. Sí, me acerco. No, ok. Uy. Omnita. Pues en lo que me queda, si se me corta, vuelvo a entrar.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this.
Oh, that's...
I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake?
Yeah,
I demand to see your evidence.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. If we want to determine whether the ore is genuine, we need to start with evidence from the Jade Mystery. Clearly, you still have a few things to learn about this aspect of legal proceedings.
Sorry.
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite, he returned the valuable jadeite core to me, and some nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all.
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
Así son los comerciantes.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors?
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed.
Wow.
Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear, Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually...
Aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you... You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell, your answer, please. My client and I are waiting.
Wow.
Yampy's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus.
Queda igual. Como no hay dineros, vamos a volver a jugar. Ahí entramos. Referencia al alcohol, violencia de fantasía. No pensé que iba a tardar tanto hablando. Yo todavía callada. Ajá. Oh, genial. Tengo que poner mi información. A las 7 me tengo que estar a la escuela mañana. Qué horrible. Ay, toca bañarme temprano. Okay. Empecemos de nuevo.
Miss Yanfei, have you...
Yes, my investigation is in...
Wonderful.
Of course. Mr. Crossell.
Sure.
Ya sé,
Wait,
ya sé.
what? Me pay her? Surely the...
Not at all. Now, the
Material I spent...
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert This is a processing...
Seriously? In any case...
That's an
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just a...
Looks like her
Hard evidence. Something legally binding.
This document...
Her second piece of...
You know, you could...
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown...
Well, hang on a moment now. Because Traveler, would you do the honors?
Well,
Smaragdus jadeite sustained Mr. Crossell. No idea. I'm afraid that this... However, Don't worry, Mr. I trust that you'll give...
What? Wait!
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear.
Huh? No,
Aren't actually inlaid with... You do understand, Mr. Crossell.
Yampy's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite. But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation, too. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus jadeite. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Chichao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
10 times?
Kroso looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite!
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jichao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But all right then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn this Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever, it'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Let me think for a moment.
Cásense.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus Jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents. Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Seguramente. No, mucho mejor jugar en la computadora que en el celular.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
Okay.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Nice.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Ah, Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
Humping empieza a conseguir el regalo. Gracias.
There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen.
Oh, Dios.
Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
En esta misión de tetera, B para abrir el inventario. Oh, wow. No sé qué acabo de hacer.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, too! Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway! You do it! Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second. What is that?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. I am a teapot spirit, and you may call me... hang on a moment. What am I supposed to be called again? Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
Cordy. Así se llama mi gata.
little helper Madam Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you. You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me. Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance. Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will. Now, allow me to explain this realm to you. Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like. As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the teapot, didn't she? Let's take them out and have a look.
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Okay.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits. This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm. If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
Tras usar e invocar la reja hechicera, puedes interactuar con ella para entrar. Una vez en su interior, también puedes usarla, invocarla e interactuar con ella para salir. En el mundo es posible salir a la hechicera abriendo directamente el mapa y escogiendo el punto de para saber más sobre esta y para accionar nosotros. Ajá. Objetos de construcción. Ajá. Ajá. Después de obtener un objeto de mobiliario, puede usar la función de colocar por común. Ajá. Coloca dedicaciones para mantener energía eléctrica o medida para mantener energía eléctrica con graves intramora, avanza pisa. Puede usar intramoras para que te tienda.
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Ajá, ok. Una creación de contenido disponible para esa región es cualquier juego grupo de jugadores, cualquier contenido o comportamiento de las reglas. Ajá, ok. Así. Poner puntos de transporte, qué bonito. ¿A qué horas obtuve este? acompañantes. Bueno. Vamos a ponerte aquí. Aceptar. Acompañantes, animales, edificios personales. Exterior y conjuntos exteriores. Ok.
Traveler, you're here! Anything interesting you want to talk about today? Morning! Are we going out for some tasty food today? Oh, Paimon's ready to go anytime!
Logros. Cualquier protogema es buena. Qué bonito. ¿Dónde está? Chivo el día. Misiones. Ah. ¿Qué? Oye, no sé. ¿Cómo? Ok, vamos a investigar un poquito porque no sabo. Kenshin, controles PC. Oh, espera, cierto, tengo. Tengo aquí los controles. La especial. Oh, ok, entonces. Oh, tengo que poner ese diff. ¿Dónde está? Oh, cierto. Hostes, comandos.
Personally, I think the idea of things staying the same forever is quite beautiful.
F7.
But alas, that is simply not the way the world works.
What? Hay un montón de lugar aquí. Carga, objetos. No sé. Oh, cierto. Acompañantes. ¡Oh! ¿Cómo? Ok. ¿Verdad? ¡Oh, Lilo!
Oh, hey there.
Wanna play a clapping game? I'm good. No need to worry about me. I'm really happy that you invited me to hang out here. You saw right through me.
Oh, qué bonita.
Give me a moment. Gently push the peaches away. There. And that's how you chase the jitterbugs away. But back to your question. I really like the way you've decorated this place. It's so snug and cozy.
No está decorado.
But I've never left Sumeru City before. So suddenly being taken to a new place is... I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing or who to talk to. Can I stay here a little longer so I can get used to everything? I won't be nervous anymore once I'm more familiar with this place.
Ese botón. ¿Cómo lo consigo? ¿Cómo le pego? Ay, Dios mío. ¿Puedo entrar? F7. ¿Cómo la quita? ¿Cómo quita el acompañante? Ok. No sé cómo. Ok, yo no sabo. Como chuchas me salgo de aquí. Ok. No le sé. No le sé. Deme un segundo. Deme un segundo porque yo no sé. Ese botón me está dando ansiedad, así que quiero ver qué. Siguiente. A lo mejor si uso Alt F3 otra vez. No, sigue siendo este. Pero toca investigar, toca hacerlo lo idiota. A ver. F3. No, ese dijimos que era para el F5. No. Al F6. Oh, wow, eso está bonito.
Traveling to other worlds, all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
¿Dónde está la segunda? Aquí está. Tengo frío en las manos. No, ese no era. Sí, era este.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've materialized enough rooms and furniture through subspace creation, it will feel just like home.
Oh, gracias. Oh. ¿Puedo echar más? ¿Cómo le echo más en Tramora? No sé. Wow. Oh, para eso ocupo estos materiales. Adiós.
If you ever have any questions about the realm within, you may ask me.
Gracias. ¿Esto qué es? No tengo. ¿Cómo me salgo? Ah, los logros. Tengo media hora otra vez. Holy hoop. Ok, gracias. No sé cómo sale. Ok, no. Gracias. No sabía cómo. Pero ya sabo.
Emerge.
Ush, diablos, eso no era lo que estaba. Debo tener cuidado o no agarro la copa. Ok, tengo 30 minutos más. Tengo 30 minutos más. ¿Qué puedo hacer? Ah, cierto. Son un montón de cosas. ¿Misiones de Arconte? Oh, debería terminar estas. Pero no dan ni siquiera protos. Eso no es bonito. Sí, no dan. Soy una compradora compulsiva. No quiero. Perdónenme. No tengo. Nomás tengo para 4. No importa. Lo siento. Lo siento. No más quiero gastar. Disculpa. Ok. quiere decir que perdí el 50-50? No puede ser. ¿Qué hago? Ok. Lo tengo asegurado ahora. Un 4. Wow. Qué triste.
Personally, I think the
¿Está
idea.
conectada? No está conectada. Déjale mandar mensaje. No, aquí no.
Things staying the same forever is quite beautiful. But
¿Dónde está? No, vamos a quitarle esto. No voy a leer, no voy a escuchar su voz.
Hi there, I'm Tainari, Forest Watcher of the Avidia Forest. My duty is to preserve both the rainforest's ecosystem and the safety of its visitors. If this is your first time here, I suggest you first peruse the Avidia Forest Survival Guide, paying particular attention to the chapter distinguishing between edible and poisonous mushrooms.
Okay.
If you press a leaf between dry sheets of paper, you can make an attractive and handy bookmark.
Oh, es cierto. 29 de diciembre. Ay, no manches, papi, te voy a cambiar el arco. ¿Cuál será mejor para él? No tengo buenos arcos, pero vamos a darle este. No sé qué hacer con él.
alas, that is simply the way the world works.
Ok. No manches. Dejo limpio esto. ¿Cómo? Sorry, ni siquiera lo estoy usando. Este es para la ascensión. A ver. Creo que puedo subir tantito de nivel. Ahí está. Sí, excelente. Quiero más. Pues vamos a ir a su Perú. Divino. No, ok, no, aguanta.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
No sé qué estoy haciendo, así que no me pregunten.
Let's go gather some samples. You want me on your team?
No sé qué diablos estoy haciendo, pero... Oh.
Huh? Huh?
No. Este tiene que voy a intercambiar por...
Sooner we're done, the better. Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing about these days. Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
Así que... vamos a ir a su... No, bueno. 8, no, 9, no, 10, tampoco, 5. No. 3, tampoco. 2, no.
Personally, I think the idea of things...
Sí, pues este. ¿Qué? Qué troste. Dejo contesto aquí porque no me dejan de molestar. Ya. ¿Qué pasó? Pero vale la pena. Sí. Ok, continuamos. Ya, dejen de molestar, por favor. Supone que no debería estar contestando mensajes. Tengo la mano fría. Quítese. Esperen un segundo. De verdad. Ok. Ahora sí, continuemos buscando. Ocupo. ¿Puro jefe aquí? Okay, es megaflora. No, no es la megaflora. Tampoco es este. Ajá. Honguitos.
Staying the same forever is quite beautiful.
¿Qué pasó, gorda? Ok. Oh, cierto. Yo sé que es horrible este equipo, pero...
With all my
Is that all? Right now. Right here. Right now. I'm always watching. Emerge. Right here.
Qué vergüenza que hagan eso. Qué vergüenza. Ya ni sé cómo jugar. Ay no, qué horrible que hayan visto eso, de verdad. Pésimo, pésimo. Ay, toca caminar. No, sí me dieron.
You can't run!
Try to keep up!
Emerge.
No more tricks up your sleeve!
Positions.
You want us?
Shiver! Everybody stand back!
Show them. Right now. Come on out. Well, what do we have here?
Qué vergüenza. De verdad, no, qué horrible. Pues sigamos caminando. Ay no, qué horrible, de verdad.
Emerge. Right here.
Dance with the wings!
What a nuisance. Right now. What a nuisance. Right here. Right now. Right here.
Positions.
Nothing lasts forever.
Ok, vamos a buscar este punto de transporte. Qué vergüenza de presentación. Ok. 9 minutos ya. Wow, qué rápido se pasa el tiempo. Vamos. ¡No! Un poquito más arriba. Yo pensé que pegaba bien. Qué vergüenza, no me quiero imaginar mis amigos cuánto hacen que pegue. Qué horrible, de verdad. Qué frío.
Show them.
Ah, eso no era.
Emerge. Right here. Right now.
Punishment. This dance is for you. strength! Teamwork is dreamwork!
Is that all?
That... her positions!
Come on out. Right now. Emerge. Show them.
¿Por qué tengo el presentimiento de que no lo estoy haciendo bien? Eso es todo. ¿Qué acabo de hacer? No sé qué es esto. Oh, parece que sí.
Let's light it up! Let's light it up!
Era F.
Now that's what I call treasure!
Había visto. Que alguien me explique. No entiendo. El gacha nunca lo lograré entender.
Benny's it!
Porque tengo un mal presentimiento.
Adventure time!
Lo espero. Digo, ahora que ya está listo. ¿Y cuántos ocupo? Ese 2 más. Ay, déjame ver porque puedo estar sintetizando lo menso. Ah, mira si era. ¿Qué hacemos? ¿Un tiro? rápido, antes de que se acabe el tiempo.
¡Au!
Un tiro en la broma. ¡Ay, tengo 4! ¿Qué no sé? La mejor parte del mundo. Hacer... No sé para qué le sirve. Y el último. Ahora no. Ok. Pongamos musiquita. Son las 9. Tengo 2 horas jugando. Ok, está bien. Creo que eso va a ser todo por hoy ya. Sé que no hicimos nada grande, pero sacamos a Tignari. Ahora voy a tener que buscar construcciones para él. Pero tengo que saber armarlo. Porque tengo pensado utilizar Nájida. Bueno, no creo alcanzar a Nájida ya. Pero el siguiente banner creo que es de Yae y Tartaglia. Y viene Layla. Entonces voy a ahorrar para Layla. Porque es la crío que quiero. Entonces sí. No sé si se me escucha. Sí, se me escucha. Ok, entonces hasta aquí llega la celebración del segundo año. No sé si mañana voy a seguir jugando. Si puedo, prenderé. Si no, pues no. Entonces ya es hora de irnos a mimir. Así que tengan una linda noche, tarde, día, donde ustedes estén. Tomen agua, coman, manténganse abrigados porque el invierno ya viene. ¡Yay! Después de tantos días de calor. Bueno, nos vemos.